You know you drive me crazy, gotta make you my baby. No questions, no maybes, my time is for the taking. So this is the time, whatever's on your mind, don't be afraid to let me know, 'cause I'm ready and set to go. What's up everybody, I'm Jake Exavier and welcome to the Jake Exavier Spotlight. What's up everybody, I'm Jake Exavier and welcome back to Jake Exavier Spotlight. Today we got a special guest, singer-songwriter Howie-T. So I'm gonna go get him right quick and we can chop it up. Hey, what's going on?
What up, Big Jake? How you doing, brother?
Doing pretty good. What about you?
Man, coolin', man.
Thank
Good
you
to
for
see
coming.
You again, man.
Good to see you too. We're just gonna go in and
I'm
chop
excited.
it up.
I'm excited, man. We're gonna chop it up, brother.
Yeah, see
I
what you've been up
appreciate
to.
you, man. Yes, sir.
All right. So what's going on? How you been,
brother? Man, I've been good, man. Just working, man. Working hard.
Just working?
Yeah, working hard, man.
All right. So Howie-Tizzle, so how did music start for you? Like, how did you get into music?
Well, my mom was good friends with Johnny Taylor, and you know, coming up, man, I went, you know, from I was in New Orleans. I was young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and just, you know, just doing all the wrong things in New Orleans. You know.
Right.
And she allowed me the chance to come with my auntie, and I always just was rapping, and singing as a kid. You know what I mean, and she, you know, she wanted to push me as far as music goes and stuff like that, and keep me out of trouble and stuff like that. So when I got to California, I started listening to music. I listened to like immature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I wanted to be like him. I wanted to be like Marcus Houston. I wanted to be like, you know, all the young girl, another bad creation and all that stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I wanted to be like all the young rappers at the time when I was young as well. And I ended up coming to California, man, and I went to middle school. I was coming back and forth from California to New Orleans. You know, California, New Orleans, California, New Orleans. And, you know, I came to California when I was like 12 for the first time. Yeah, and my auntie was like, "You need to just come out here, boy. You need to stay out here." And I was like, all right. And then I ended up going back to New Orleans. And when I left and went back to New Orleans, my auntie came back from California to pick me up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I cried to go with her, and I was like, I'm going back to California because I loved it so much. I love California. I just liked the energy about California. So I came back actually when I was like 15, you know, and actually stayed in California at like 15.
So at what point did music did music become like a career for you?
I worked with it's crazy. It's crazy. I was going to like Long Beach City College.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was like living in the projects and shit, and you know what I mean? And in the Carmelito projects.
Yeah.
Shout out to projects, man. Fuck it. Northside Long Beach project. You know, but I was there and everything was frustrating, man, because my family had a lot of problems and stuff like that, you know, because me being from New Orleans and my family, you know, moving to California and then moving back to New Orleans, it just became an ongoing process and stuff like that. And I was frustrated with it. And I said, you know what, I want to do something. So I checked into college and I tried to be a chef.
Yeah.
I've had like the crazy ass chef hat on, in the white little chef suit and all that. And I'm from New Orleans, so you know I cook a little bit. You know what I mean? So I was like, man, I'm just gonna cook. I forget music. I ain't gonna make it in that. All I do is freestyle at school and rap in school and stuff. So I end up bumping into a good friend of mine, Kingpin. Shout out Kingpin. And he was like, man, I was singing in the hallway. You know what I mean? I'm like 18, 17, something like that in college. You know what I mean? And he was like, man, you should, man, you what you doing with your music career? I said, I just be rapping and singing and shit in school and stuff like that. And he was like, well, man, you should. I'm trying to be a songwriter, man. I'm telling you, songwriter. We got offered a deal and a couple deals, you know what I mean, from Interscope and so many different little independent companies and stuff like that.
So what would you say are some of the most memorable projects that you know, kind of worked on?
Timbaland. Timbaland is one of them. That was the first one. I was excited. Man, they flew us, I flew out there with 7th Streeter, if y'all know who that is.
Yeah, of course.
And she went by Ambi back then, but I flew out there with Walter Millsap. Shout out Walter Millsap, he did a lot for me. And one of my songwriting partners, Erica, and of course Kingpin. And we got a call. It was a record. I think I wrote the record, and Timbaland got the call to Walter Millsap, and was like, "We need y'all out here." And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
I'm like, Timbaland, not the nigga who did Leo and
right.
Nelly Furtado and Justin Timberlake and all this. And we ended up flying out there, stayed out there for about a week. You know what I mean? And I got a chance to just see what the music industry was really like. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. And we worked on the Shock Value 1 album.
Oh yeah.
And
for sure.
Justin Timberlake was on there, and Nelly Furtado, and a couple other people and stuff like that. I can't remember all the people. Elton John and so on and so forth. But it was a good experience, man. It was a good experience, and you know, he welcomed us and made me feel like I was at home. And I'm just a young dude. I know when I leave Virginia, I'm going back to the projects and shit like that.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm finna do everything I can. So when I get back to the projects, I'm moving out this motherfucker.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But it was a great experience, and we got to I really got a chance to see what the music industry was like, and so, you know, that's what it was as far as that goes. And then came back to California.
Yeah.
And I was blessed with the opportunity to work with Plies, you know, and I ended up going back to New Orleans for like, I think I was going like for like Thanksgiving or something, just to go to New Orleans, because at this time I'm living in California.
Right.
And I went back out to New Orleans, and I get a call from, like, I can't remember who it was, but it was one of the big executives. And it was like, yeah, you need to get back out here, because you know, the hook that you did, Plies want to cut it. We originally did the song for like Flow Rider, you know what I mean? and Plies ended up doing it.
Right.
And it was like, cause you're singing on the backgrounds and so on and so forth, so you need to get out here. So I flew back out here, and the record ended up coming out, and I was like, that was another opportunity. I was like, dang, God, it's great. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm not expecting this. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, as a young kid, like I want to be a rapper. I want to be a singer. I want to do this. And when you actually get the opportunity, you see yourself on TV and hearing yourself on the radio, that kind of messed me up a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I don't deserve this.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's how I really felt. And the opportunities have you know, it just came like that. You know what I
Right.
mean? And you know,
So in the industry, like I know sometimes it can be hard to like stay an individual and like keep your, you know, keep a strong mindset. So what are some ways that you've been able to stay an individual, you know, stay true to who you are?
just knowing life is real. People are real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As a young kid, I didn't believe in anything. You know what I mean? I didn't believe that things can actually happen in your life, good or bad. You know what I mean? I didn't believe that you can actually prosper and you can actually do things that you put your mind to. I didn't know it. You know what I mean? And to be honest, for a long time, like, you know, when I wanted to be a artist or a songwriter in a singing group I was in, I didn't. I was kind of like doing it for fun and
Yeah.
because I just wanted to be famous and popular.
Right.
But then when I realized this shit could really happen,
Right.
you see what I'm saying? You know, that's what keep me grounded. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, music. You know, music is something that if you do the right things in music and in anything in life, if you do the right things, the outcome is what you make it. So I always want a good outcome. So
Right.
that's what keeps me grounded. Because I want a good outcome. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, even with my kids, raising my kids, I know if I treat them bad and show them all the wrong things, then it's possible that it could be a bad outcome when they're growing up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I try to show them all the good things because I want a good outcome. You see what I'm saying? So that's what keeps me grounded because I know anything is possible.
Right.
You know?
I know things are opening back up right now, but what are some immediate changes that COVID, you know, inflicted upon, you know, your writing and singing, everything?
Well, to be honest, man, COVID was a gift and a curse for me as far as my writing go. And you know, as far as like, you know, like about a couple months ago, 3-4 months ago, my mom passed away.
Man, sorry to hear that. My
And
condolences.
and it's okay, man, because I'm like I said earlier, like I didn't think that those type of things, you know, was possible. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, yeah,
Sorry. So, let's see. How would you say your style and your vision has evolved from when you were younger to now?
Can we cut it out a little bit? Can we cut
Yeah.
it?
You good? Take a second, man.
All right, brother. I'm feeling a little bit better now,
Feeling
man.
better?
Yeah,
It's all
my
good,
bad. I'm
man.
sorry
No-
about that, man.
But nah, no need to apologize. You good?
But the reason that the COVID thing and that stuff messed me up because I went out to Louisiana for my mother, cause you know they was shutting everything down,
Yeah.
and all the stores and stuff, and she was like, "Come out here, you know, I need you to come out here because I'm not able to do the certain things because, you know, they shutting the stores down and the woo, she couldn't get to where she needed. She loved like Coke, you know what I mean, like Coca-Cola, drinking cans of Coca-Cola and bottles of Coca-Cola and she couldn't get that, so I was
Yeah.
driving her crazy, you know what I mean. But
I understand
we
what
in the kitchen, and we, you know, we figuring out what we gonna eat. We, you know, she in the kitchen and stuff like that, and she just scream out, "Call the ambulance." And my sister say, "She do that all the time. Don't worry about that." you know, and just to see your mother's eyes roll back into her head, like me and you were talking. You get what I'm saying? And to see her say, "Call the ambulance," and I thought my mama was a superhero, bro. I ain't think nothing, cause I thought I was gonna die before her, and
Yeah.
you know, and it fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? So I called the ambulance, and then she stayed in the hospital for a little while, like a couple months, and you know, me and her used to communicate through her eyes, like her blinking her eyes and shit, and you know, like the way we would communicate is.
Take your time.
It's like her blinking her eyes. You know, and I used to tell her, like, "Ma, if you in pain, blink your eyes 3 times." And when she wasn't in pain, if I had a question, she wouldn't blink her eye. If the answer was no, she wouldn't blink her eye. If the answer was yes, she would blink her eyes 3 times. And that's why I said 3 times, because if you can blink your eyes 3 times, you really mean, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so to make a long story short, one day we all went up there and we prayed and stuff like that, and she looked me dead in my eye, and it just felt, you know what I mean? Because she had a brain aneurysm. That's what it was. I had to pick my mom up when all that stuff happened. I had to put my mom into the ambulance, because the ambulance is COVID at the time. You see what I'm saying? So they're scared to touch people. They don't know what's the problem, and so on and so forth. So they was like, you know, with their masks on, they was scared to like really, you know, so, you know, they bought the I guess it's called a gurney. I don't know what it's called. Gurney.
Yeah, it is probably right.
And they bought her gurney in, and I had to pick her up and put her onto the thing, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking she gonna come back home. She's still breathing. She's still, you know what I mean? She must have just had a seizure or a stroke or something. So time goes past, and we go pray for her, and she just gave me this look, because she could still move her eye, you know? And then, but she had like a trach in her throat, so she couldn't really move her head that much. And then she gave me a look. I'll never forget the look, bro. And I called the doctor. I called the hospital, and I said, "Excuse me, I'm just calling to check on my mama," you know. And the lady was like, "I'm sorry, Howard. You got to let your whole family know." So I was there the whole time of everything. You see what I'm saying? I seen it, and that's why it messes me up, because this is, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. My mama told me, if you wasn't a boy, you know what I mean? Like, basically, I would, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, because I got 2 big sisters, you see what I'm saying? Right. And, you know, she fought so hard for a boy. She said, I prayed so hard for a boy. I'm the youngest son. I'm the youngest kid. Yeah. You know, so it messes me up for that, because I know that if I wasn't a boy, I probably wouldn't be here today. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it messes me up, man. Messing me up, bro.
My condolences. Super sorry, man.
I'm sorry to break down like that, brother. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm just passionate, man.
Kind of switch gears.
Oh, yeah. Let's get back into good mode.
We worked on a song called Voodoo.
Voodoo,
How was that experience for you?
Man, it was great. We did that record, and the way this shit turned out, and you murdered it.
Thank you.
You murdered that motherfucker, man. I heard that shit, man. I was like, this nigga, I ain't even finna try to demo no songs and no shit no more. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So what are some projects you got coming up?
Well, I got a record called, it's an artist that I work with. And I wrote the record, but it's a rap record. and he wanted me to stay on. He wanted me to stay on the record. Wanted me to stay on the hook. So I stayed on the hook, and then he was like, "Well, I'm gonna just leave you on the verse too." So then I end up having to shoot the whole video, but the video is retarded.
Yeah.
The video is crazy. You know what I mean? I told him, writing it. I told him, I said, man, I want to do this record like The Bucket List. I don't know if y'all know that movie, The Bucket List, with Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman, and they both was about to die, and they wanted to just do everything in the world before they died, and then I wanted to do it to merge it with like the movie Life, with Eddie Murphy and Martin, yeah, and I said, man, we gotta find some old man masks. I want to do that shit, but it's crazy because we on top of a jet. We got a walker. He got a cane. I got a walker. I got an old man mask. It's crazy. It's really crazy, and it's just something. And the record is pretty dope, man. A lot of people, everybody love it. You know what I mean? Just from what the snippets they hear, you know. But Dylan shot it, the one who got the video out on TikTok. One of the biggest records on TikTok. Boom, boom, boom.
The name sounds familiar though.
Yeah,
To be honest.
yeah, Dylan TV, yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he's a dope videographer, and but he shot the video, so it's pretty good, man. It's a good thing. It's a good. Yeah, it's a big TikTok little record. A lot of people do it.
Bouncy.
Yeah, it's a bounce record. I think the dudes who did it is like from Baton Rouge or something like that. Yep. Yeah. But it's gonna be a dope situation. It's actually coming out real soon, man. And I did a record like 9 months ago. It's for the girl. She got her own TV show. Her name Kylie. Shout out Kylie. She got her own TV show called Gabby Duran and the Unsittables.
Okay.
And it did pretty good, man. It did pretty good, and they working on a new record now, and you know what I mean. Yeah. And so we gonna definitely have some more new records coming out. I got a record with some girls, and they're pushing the TikTok campaign, and they trying to put. I'm not sure if Chris Brown did the hook yet, but if not, we gonna go with Jeremiah.
Okay.
You know, and it's looking good. It's looking good, man. It's looking good, man.
Well, I appreciate you coming through and sharing everything with me. I can't wait for them to hear this song we got, Voodoo.
Yeah.
I can't wait to work with you a lot more.
Yes, sir, brother.
Thank you for coming through.